My 41M, wife 39F, of 11 years is heartbroken because she was unfaithful to me and the man she was with has cut off contact. I love my wife and our 2 daughters, 4 and 2. We moved to a new city and one of the reasons was to get a fresh start. I was in the Navy and during my last deployment, my wife started a relationship with someone she worked with. At least twice now, on 2 business trips back to the original city, my wife fooled around with him. I found out about the first encounter about a year after it happened and I felt we were working through it. A few weeks before Thanksgiving, my wife had another trip to the original city, business. I noticed her trip was an extra day longer and her hotel was a few blocks from where the other man worked. I had confronted her about the coincidence of her hotel choice before the trip, specifically addressing him, and she told me he had nothing to do with her travel plans and it was all based on cheapest airfare/lodging. The day before Thanksgiving I found online chat between her and him reminiscing about the great day they spent together and the things they did in the hotel room. I was devastated. I screenshotted the convo and sent it to his wife. Yes, this guy's married too. I then confronted my wife and told her that it was over and at this point I don't see how our relationship was salvageable. Fast forward through Thanksgiving with her family, she convinces me to leave the girls with the grandparents and get out of town for a few days. We actually had a really good time, and not just romance. It was fun, like we used to have, and reminded me of why I loved her, and she said the same to me. I felt hope. Monday she gets a message from him. He is angry, because I guess his wife never saw the message I had sent her until then. He is angry that my wife did not warn him. He then says they will never talk again. I think that this is a good thing, but my wife is devastated. She cried in my arms last night because she loves him and may never speak to him again. She said I am lucky because I only love one person. She also says that she wants this to work, that she only sees a life with me in it. But after seeing her reaction to how quickly he cut her out of his life without really talking to her, I've lost that hope. I feel like my life is over, that there is no chance for us now. I don't know what to do. I still love her. She is a good mother. I can't imagine my life without her, but I feel broken. TL, doctor, my wife is in love with the man with whom she cheated on me. He broke it off with her under no uncertain terms after I sent proof to his wife, and my wife feels heartbroken. Is my relationship past all hope? Hi guys, I promise to love you if you like, comment, and subscribe. While I'm not well versed in how couples therapy works, I think this situation jumped right to divorce territory. You and your children deserve better than this. She cried in my arms last night because she loves him and may never speak to him again. She said I am lucky because I only love one person. Lol, your wife has balls of steel. I hope you retained a lawyer like yesterday. There is zero chance of this ever working out. She has feelings for the guy. She's made it clear she'd happily cheat on you over and over again given the chance. You cannot possibly rebuild the trust with her. Get a lawyer and start divorce proceedings. If she has an ounce of decency in her, she'll make it easy on you, but don't assume that she will, no matter how much she promises to. After all, you already know what her promises are worth. My 22M girlfriend, 21, of 7 months lied about who she was going to a gig with. I've been going out with Anna for 7 months now. She'd been saying for a while how there was a band playing last night in a city about 80 miles away that she'd love to go and see but couldn't find anyone to go with. About a month ago Anna told me one of her old friends from school, Bellatrix, wanted to go, as did her friend, Adam, so she'd booked tickets and a hotel. I've never met Bellatrix, but she has quite a distinctive name and has been mentioned quite often in passing. I've met Adam twice, and while I can't see myself being good friends with him, I've never had a problem with him. Adam lives a few hundred miles away, so he's not about very often. Anna had said a few times she was sad I wasn't able to go too. I decided yesterday I'd swap shifts with a colleague and drive over to meet them. I tried ringing Anna to find out where they were, but the network told me her phone is switched off. I didn't view that as a big deal, as I assumed her phone probably just was peacefully deleted. I messaged Bellatrix on Facebook to check I'd be able to get in contact with someone and wouldn't just be wandering around by myself. Bellatrix replied she wasn't with them and was in a completely different city 200 plus miles away. I asked a couple of questions just to confirm this is definitely the right girl, but with the name I was already pretty much sure anyway, and Anna had mentioned Bellatrix being excited for the gig in a text, so I know I'm not getting friends mixed up. I suppose there could be the slimmest fraction of a chance I've got the wrong Bellatrix, but I'd put chance of that at less than 1%. Anna's phone has now been off for over 24 hours and she's due to come back to our city this evening, at least according to what she told me. Even if there's nothing going on between her and Adam, I'm concerned that Anna felt the need to lie about this other girl. If she had just said she was going with Adam, I would have trusted her. Now I don't know if I can believe anything she's told me. I don't know what I should do or how I should approach the matter and would really appreciate any advice. Thank you very much for your help. Throwaway account. TL, Doctor, my GF told me she was going to a gig in another city with Bellatrix and Adam. I decided I'd meet them there, and as my GF's phone seemed to be dead, I messaged Bellatrix. Bellatrix told me she wasn't with them and was in a completely different. Ask her when she gets back if she had fun with Bellatrix. Watch her squirm when she finds out you know Bellatrix wasn't there. Then after that you should probably dump her. I've heard this suggested a few times now. I think it probably is the best course of action. Update, my 22M girlfriend, 21, of 7 months lied about who she was going to a gig with. Anna went to this gig on the Monday and I posted originally on the Tuesday. The general consensus was to ask how Bellatrix enjoyed the gig, then call Anna out on Bellatrix not being there. I met up with Anna on the Thursday that week for a normal date and asked how she found the gig. I also asked how Adam and Bellatrix enjoyed it. Anna told me that Adam had really enjoyed it, but Bellatrix met friends who were also there and went off with them. I said something like, "That's strange, you and Bellatrix are pretty close, aren't you? Isn't she that girl you tagged in that photo the other day?" This being the girl I messaged. Anna replied, "No, that's Bellatrix Black. I was at the gig with Bellatrix Brown. She doesn't have Facebook." I was completely thrown by this reply as it was nothing like what I was expecting. Anna went on to talk about the gig and what happened a bit more, but for a few minutes I was completely lost in thought and didn't hear what Anna was saying. I had never had any reason to distrust Anna before, so I believed her. I told Anna that I had messaged Bellatrix and she laughed and told me I was silly and messaging the wrong person. I could have posted an update at this point, but I think I held off because I wasn't sure I 100% believed Anna's explanation, and I didn't really want to admit that to myself or risk someone on Reddit call bullpoop on Anna's explanation. The reason I'm posting this now is because we broke up just after 9. It was her who made the decision. The reason being that she's got a lot of family and personal problems that are likely to get worse before they get better, and she doesn't want to drag me into them and risk them ruining our relationship. Anna reckoned it was better to break up now on good terms rather than end up possibly hating each other at some point in the future. I know that she does have a very troubled past. I'm inclined to believe Anna's explanation for the night she went to that gig, especially now we've broken up, and being suspicious will do neither of us any good. If I'm honest, since she went to that gig, I think there would always have been a niggle at the back of my mind, so it's probably for the best that we're no longer together. Also, I'm glad Anna made the decision, because it removed the responsibility from me. The problems she has to face are huge, and, although I really wanted to be there for her to try and help, and I'm somewhat hurt I've been pushed away, I know they would have put a major strain on our relationship, and a breakup in the future would have been a lot harder and probably quite messy. If I had made the decision to break up now, I would have felt like I was abandoning Anna, and would have found that decision very hard to deal with. I still care deeply for Anna and really hope she copes with her problems. I would be devastated if anything were to happen to her. I really hope we can be friends at some point in the near enough future, but in the meantime, I need a bit of time just to get my thoughts together and get over things. TL, Doctor, without me confronting Anna, she told me that there were 2 Bellatrixes and I'd managed to message the wrong one. Our relationship continued for another month before we broke up on good terms for different reasons. Fake name or no, this sounds just a tad too convenient. How distinctive is Bellatrix's name IRL? Distinctive enough that there are two of them in her life and she just never mentioned the other one? Let me guess, you've never ever met or heard about the other Bellatrix, right? Not before, and not since? I thought so.